Seems pretty dumb to us. Not really a danger.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
Speaking of stupid.
Except it could have kind of been a danger, actually.
Stupid. Use your common sense.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Nothing Yet Live. I'm the Jay Tyler.
I am your Ms. Parker.
Welcome back. I'm sorry. I meant to say it. So
it's been a while.
It's been a wild week. Let's look at these three idiots. Oh, here, let's put this up. There.
The meme queen strikes
there,
again.
The meme queen.
He helped with this one.
She showed me a picture and she said, "How would you meme this?" And I was like, "That."
This guy looks so inbred.
He does look. And women aren't allowed to speak.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's just like a fucking.
He's just like happy
monkey.
For no reason.
He says, like, yeah. Anyway, let's hear what these three idiots have to say.
We just know that right now.
Great. I got to do it again here. And that means commercials. But
me.
All right. If you don't know the trifecta of morons that is on Fox, that is Fox and Friends.
It's two dudes and a rotating in and out blonde woman.
Whatever, yeah. Insert blonde woman here.
Yeah. It's like I can't even keep track of who the blonde woman on Fox.
This came to us from BTC, Brian Tyler Cohen. I don't know why it's not playing.
It was playing.
Oh, there it is. Single word about it. Maybe when your legacy is sending thousands of people to invade the U.S. Capitol, you might not be a law and order guy after all. Just, for starters. And by the way, Steve Doocy isn't the only Fox host signaling the reliability.
I completely fucked that up. There.
We just know that right now, given the fact that there's a suggestion, there are a lot of online, very specific, apparently very specific threats against.
Just watch.
We just know that right now, given the fact that there's a suggestion, there are a lot of online, very specific.
Sounds like after a bender.
Threats against very specific agents at the FBI and whatnot. It would be great for everybody to tamp down the rhetoric against the FBI because the FBI simply was doing what the DOJ asked them to do.
Now, this is great. Fox and Friends have turned on Trump.
Well,
ish.
They've turned on Trump to the extent that their audience might be starting to turn on Trump. But then notice how these other two
are clenching their buttholes.
Well, they're kind of being the bad cops a little bit. Well, she has no power.
No, of course, she's just a woman.
She just has to open her mouth every now and then so they know she's not a mannequin. But this guy has a few things to say, to balance out the ones who start throwing things at the TV because of what. So
if there's two dudes and a chick, it's not she's getting 2/3 or a third of the payment.
Correct.
Right? She's getting less than a quarter, probably.
I can't do math, but if you consider these two are each one is a third, you take her third, you remove 25% of it, and you give it to these two.
That's right. That's how it works.
Yeah.
The Attorney General is the boss of the guy at the FBI, of all the people at the FBI. So, with all of these threats going around, it would ultimately be great if the former president, who has always been a great supporter of law enforcement, had posed with 1,000 police departments coast to coast. It would be great if
when they kick your doors in
to the violent
gets a little awkward
against federal law enforcement, and in particular, the FBI that was just doing their job.
But as Trey Gowdy pointed out last night, for you to look at this situation and think that Democrats and Republicans have been treated the same over the last few years, you'd have to be looking at a different situation.
Yeah.
I mean, leg irons for Navarro.
Yeah, she's trying to get a word in there. They're like, you're just a woman. You're there for your boobs, and your boobs ain't even that big.
They're like, oh, if the FBI went after the Democrats, it would be a totally different situation.
Yeah, they'd be more polite. And they wouldn't.
It's like, yeah, you know what? Because the Dems are not nearly as illegal as you. While they may be shiesty, fine, give you that. Fine.
They don't tear up documents and flush them down the toilet.
Goddamn toilet. They don't have to fall in fucking Roto-Rooter to get back sensitive documents. And so it's been a week now.
That too. He said, it's interesting that the Democrats or progressives are now worried about protecting law enforcement when they weren't, years ago during the raids.
How many times did they rehearse that?
I'm sorry. How many, Democrats don't support law enforcement, dude. Look, first of all, nobody really supports law enforcement. I like to do some illegal shit every now and again. Smoke weed in the park, maybe drink in public, right? Like to do those things, right? I like to bully cops, as I illustrated in the last.
But you're allowed to do that to a point.
To a point. I can't touch them or anything like that, but I can go fuck yourself in a moment. But now these supposed, like, these people are like, oh, now the Democrats are supporting law enforcement now that they're going after. Dude, it's so, this is so elementary, my dear Miss Parker.
But these are, they're catering to an audience that needs this shit spoon fed to them. So, and if they have an audience,
literally,
if they have an audience,
because their audience is like 70.
Yeah, if they have an audience that needs to be spoon fed, they might as well decide what they're going to feed them, right? Yeah. And so they might as well feed them what Rupert Murdoch is benefiting
the violence
from
of
the most,
FBI
right?
agents.
Exactly.
You know, any of these individuals that are
Nailed it.
Right. If you want to personify that search, look at the Attorney General of the United States. Merrick Garland is the one who has staked his entire reputation on it. If there's not something really big there, he's done.
Well, you know what?
How do you say that?
The thing is that he's right. So the fact that he said that out loud should be telling people there really is something big there. Because Merrick Garland's not an idiot, right?
But the idea
and he doesn't want to ruin his career.
The idea that this is some career-making moment for Merrick Garland to do this, he was almost a Supreme Court.
You know, that's
justice.
That's the irony. That's the irony, is that if he were on the SCOTUS right now, this shit wouldn't be happening because you wouldn't have him as Attorney General. So it's kind of funny that Mitch McConnell would not have hearings for him, and the dude turned around and now he's in a position to do something.
I can't wait for them to call him back, like to be like, oh, well, he's pissed because the Republicans blocked his nomination and shit, right? They're going to say that, like, this is sort of a, they're going to do that.
He probably is pissed.
The Republican mindset is of revenge.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what they're going to go with. They're going to be like, Merrick Garland is mad because Trump didn't, you know, or because Mitch McConnell, whatever, the Republicans denied his appointment, who would have been an amazing Supreme.
Because Mitch McConnell is pissed off that Barack Obama won the 2008 election.
Hey, do you guys remember Thurgood Marshall? One of the most amazing, progressive, active judges of all time. He changed laws, and he was good at it. And he gave so much civil rights. He gave so much back in the way of rights. He gave us so much that we live for today. Now, it's been a week since the FBI's shocking raid of former Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago compound. First, the Washington Post, by the way, this is a Washington Post reported, but this is from Newsweek. On Thursday, the Trump had improperly taken nuclear-related documents to his Florida mansion. I don't know what to say about that. What do you got?
Nuclear-related documents. I'm thinking weapons, right?
Well, then on Friday, we learned that the search warrant was executed under the Espionage Act, potentially deepening Trump's legal predicament. Now,
all roads lead to treason.
Deepening Trump's legal predicament is the understatement of 2022. But the idea that they would call it a legal predicament, because if he was anybody else, he would have been shot in the back of the head a fucking month ago.
It would have been shot in the face.
Shot in the face.
There would have been no pretense.
I mean, I prefer shot in the face. I generally.
I prefer to face.
I want to see what their last moments. Ask them a couple questions and then shot in the face. Of course, it was a week from hell for law enforcement, which contended with real and threatened violence from enraged MAGA supporters whose vengeful wrath Trump did not did nothing to mollify the whole sort.
And he's all about mollifying.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
want
good at that.
Yeah, he's good at calming people down. The whole sordid affair was only underscored the profound recklessness of the ever trusting such a person with America's highest office and most sensitive security information. Dude, this mother. Hey, look, Republicans. He knows where aliens are. Go after him for that. Let's find out where the aliens are. They're his kids. They're all aliens. All.
I think that's being unfair to aliens.
Yeah,
it
is. Well,
to look up to aliens.
At least one of his kids is an anchor baby. At least one of his kids is an anchor baby. How about that?
What, the last one?
Yeah, the one he had with Melania. Fucking anchor babies, anchor grandparents. Where are you at, Republicans? At least attempt to be consistent.
They're what?
At least attempt to be consistent.
You know, we meant white people.
British.
You know, we meant white people when we were saying that we did not like illegal aliens. We meant, of course, we like illegal aliens. We just don't like the brown ones. We still do not, of course, know exactly what the FBI found. But on Friday, the Wall Street Journal reported that more than 11 sets of classified documents of various levels of secrecy were seized, as well as other items, including a copy of a clemency order for Donald Trump's consigliere Roger Stone.
Fucking Roger Stone! The guy that's asking you to give money to Alex Jones, noted defamer, and conspiracy theorist.
Multi-millionaire who does not need your money.
Dude, when Republicans say that that you don't believe in conspiracy theories, and yet you ask a pardoned criminal with a Nixon tattoo to give money to a noted defamer who caused so much irreparable damage to a handful of people who had their kids killed.
Yeah, they suffered death threats. They were not safe because they believed Alex Jones's bullshit that it was a staged, made-up crisis actor event.
Even if Trump was not planning to sell or transfer nuclear secrets to the Saudis or otherwise monetize the information, the fact is, this kind of information was just boxed up like old tax returns in a barely secured country club storage room, waiting to be picked up by some asset, I'm going to call it, literally unbelievable of anybody else. Every functioning intelligent organization on this planet probably has a plant at Mar-a-Lago, which looks about as secure as one of Trump's walls at the Mexican border. Son, mic drop. Fuck.
Hey, this is from Newsweek. Who knew they could be
so clever?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's
and is inhabited by a coterie
of slipshod, grievance-obsessed crooks. Wow.
Yep.
You know, I said just before Trump was elected, I said to Forrest, if that guy's elected, millions of people are going to die. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know when, but it will happen.
Look, this next sentence, if the rest of the sentences we just read didn't blow your mind, this one will.
Even during his
here.
Trump is living.
Trump is a living, breathing security hazard.
I thought it said
whose
lizard.
Opaque finances, history of bankruptcy, and shady real estate deals, long-standing business ties with tyrannical regimes, and an open fondness for Russian strongman Vladimir Putin make him vulnerable to any and all types of subversion.
And they're not even mentioning his ego and how the minute anybody kisses
dude,
his ass, even just a little bit, he can't resist it.
If you don't have the simplest level of incredulity, what the fuck is happening here? These words should do it. British.
I think you fail to understand that the average American Fox News viewer does not know how to read these words.
Understood.
Even during his first campaign, he behaved bizarrely, asked questions about why we couldn't use our nuclear weapons, sought and obtained the assistance
on hurricanes. Don't forget that.
And on Martians. The assistance of Russian agents to smear rival Hillary Clinton, employed a private security force rather than trusting the Secret Service, and displayed such a galactic void of knowledge about American institutions and laws that 50 Republican national security professionals signed a letter in August of 2016 imploring voters to cast him aside.
Look, this ain't fake media, yo. This is facts. These are facts. And the facts are so obvious. It is so obvious that only the most simple of minds would not understand what is happening here. If you believe the shit that he's saying, if you don't understand the sentences we read, go back and fucking listen to them again, because it is fact. True. Mic dropped. Shit. Like, look, like, facts are not fake news. Facts are delivered. They're speculated upon. They're looked at. They're carefully combed over.
There's some fancy plays on words, and not plays on words, but just some playful writing in here. But
the president of the United States
saying is clearly there. It's the message, though.
The president
creatively delivered
is very. I mean, it's hyperbolic. The president of the United States has the power to end all life on Earth with a simple command. It's why I warned that man. It's why I warned that man that a man with the impulse control problems and no moral compass should never be entrusted with the nuclear codes when he could barely keep it together on the set of Celebrity Apprentice. On that note, we'll be back in a moment.
With Florida Man.
Yeah, and if you don't fucking buy this shit, if you don't believe the facts, then you are truly lost. I am the J. Tom.
Enjoy that. Enjoy being lost. I wish I could join you, because it sounds a lot nicer than...
Your Miss Parker is securely grounded in reality.
And it fucking sucks.
As I am. And this
is Nothing Yet Live. It really fucking sucks.